Allow yourself to rest into the stillness of yourself. Notice the absence of movement that you are experiencing at this moment. Notice that it takes absolutely no effort to rest here and now in the absence of motion. Regardless of what is going through your mind or felt in your body, you remain perfectly still. Your thoughts could be racing. Your thoughts could be calm. Your body could be buzzing with fear or still with calmness. Yet regardless of what your mind and body are doing, you remain perfectly silent in the absence of action. So just allow your thoughts to run wild and your feelings to play out as they are while you sit in absolute stillness. The stillness that you are experiencing right now within the absence of action and the absence of motion is not a concept. You are literally experiencing the activity of motionlessness. For in the experience of nothing, something remains. For in the experience of the action of nothingness, you remain. You do not disappear. That which remains in the absence of movement, in total stillness, is yourself. It is the permanence of being yourself. Allow your experience of stillness to move from a concept to a literal, direct experience of it. Where you actually become the experience of the concept of stillness. Don't allow your ego to tell you that you are not experiencing the definition of stillness. For you are doing absolutely nothing. You are doing stillness and experiencing stillness at this very instant. Allowing yourself to experience stillness and to understand that it is actually an activity of nothingness does the wisdom of yourself flourish. For it's not the activity of stillness or the activity of motionlessness that's actually being pointed to here. What's being pointed to is that which remains present in the absence of stillness, in the experience of motionlessness. That which remains is yourself, is the presence of being. You, ever presence, does not disappear, ever. It is that which does not disappear that is permanently present, that's aware of your presence, is what is pointed to. this presence is what is aware of the stillness, of the motionlessness that you're experiencing. This presence is the sensation of I. This sense of I, this presence you're experiencing right now in the absence of action, is what you literally mean when you say, I am. The sense of I am is your being, is yourself. So when you practice self-inquiry, use this progression, the progression of resting still, experiencing stillness directly, and then noticing what it is that is aware of the stillness. That which is aware is yourself. The permanence of being. The most intimate relationship of oneness, experienceable. It's a relationship with yourself. It is your self-awareness directly experiencing itself. You do not have to leave yourself to experience yourself. It is yourself becoming aware of your own existence. The ultimate lover. When love loves itself as love, as yourself. The experience of your own self that you are experiencing right now, in the absence of motion, is intimacy. It's the most familiar, non-objective experience possible. It is yourself, the subject, experiencing itself as the object. It is therefore the subject of yourself, experiencing itself as the subject. That's why it's known as the destinationless journey to happiness. For you do not have to leave yourself to become aware of the existence of yourself. So to experience ever-present happiness, the ultimate goal in life. The paradox is that you know this experience of yourself so intimately, yet you nor anyone else can describe it so articulate that somebody else can get it. To where someone else's mind, someone else's ego can say, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." This is likened to the taste of an apple. You absolutely know what an apple tastes like. It is inherently known by you when you directly experience the taste of an apple. Yet you, for the life of yourself, could never articulate the taste in words or language. You nor anybody else could ever articulate the taste of an apple. Yet you absolutely for certain know what an apple tastes like. This is likened to the experience of yourself. You absolutely know for certain the experience of yourself, the intimacy of yourself. But you could not for the life of yourself explain who you are directly to anyone else. You only know yourself just by directly being yourself. That's why we can only point to ourself. We can only rest in our being. And through guided meditations, have somebody point us to ourself. Have somebody try to help us bridge the gap between concepts and direct experience. This is why it is so important to rest in yourself as much as you can, to relax back into yourself in silence and stillness, so that you can start to experience directly what it means to rest into being, to rest into emptiness, to rest into stillness, and be emptiness, and be stillness. The more familiar you become with turning your attention towards stillness and towards emptiness, towards motionlessness, the more and more familiar it will become to you. And the more familiar you are with these experiences, that you are with the experience of yourself, the more you can turn your attention away from the irritated mind generated by ego and turn it towards the wholeness and completeness and peacefulness of yourself. So by resting and relaxing into our being, we convert concepts into experiences. The experience of nothingness, of motionlessness, and the sense of being, the sense of I that remains in the absence of movement is ourself. The permanence of being. The permanence of peace, happiness, and love. Have a beautiful day.